want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta understand.
We want all the smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room. Love and R&B room, hosted by the queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak. No mercy room. Spin the block room. 100 ENT Jailbreak Squad room. 100 ENT South room. Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room. Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast. Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull. Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
Plea, and only at this point that William points the firearm away from the back of Reed's head. Ungrateful mother. Ungrateful mother. Right? Reed moves backwards towards the northern wall while Williams maintains hold of him and attempts to stand up again. Utilizing the wall to assist him, William then trips Reed using a leg sweep with his left leg before the video then moves over to Marciano being battered. When the video moves back to Reed, another suspect, hereafter referred to as Suspect 1, is facing Reed and holding him while shoving him backwards towards the wall. As he does so, Williams uses his left leg to strike the back of Reed's leg, causing him to fall to the ground and land on his back. While Suspect 1 maintains hold of Reed's clothing, Suspect 1 then stands over Reed and pins him to the ground using both of his hands as Reed attempts to stand up before striking Reed in the back of the head multiple times with his right hand. We were unable to determine the exact number of strikes due to the camera panning back and forth. The video pans over to Marciano again briefly before focusing back on Reed again. Suspect 1 appears to be attempting to remove items from Reed's personal before William walks briskly back towards Reed while yelling, "Take it off, nigga." Williams then leans down towards Reed as he is lying on the ground while holding the firearm and proceeds to strike Reed in the back of his head with the firearm twice, as Suspect 1 also strikes Reed repeatedly in the face and head with his right hand. Immediately after, an additional suspect, Suspect 2 as they call him, walks to Reed and strikes him approximately 5 times in the face. Using his right hand, he kicks him directly in the face once with his right foot. As Suspect 2 striking Reed, Suspect 1 can be seen removing items from Reed's person and also remove Reed's shirt from his body before tossing it away. Reed is eventually able to stand up momentarily before Suspect 1 grabs him by the throat with his left hand and holds Reed against the wall. Suspect then shoves Reed away and stumbles towards the wall at no jumper. Obviously dazed and injured as a result of the incident, Reed begins to walk towards the exit of the driveway, towards the street, Approaching suspect 2 approaches Reed and strikes him in the face again using his right hand. Reed continues his attempt to flee as he stumbles his way towards the driveway before suspect 2 throws a final strike at Reed but misses and hits the chain link fence. Reed finally reaches the end of the driveway and runs northbound on the street. Additional suspect description. Suspect 1 is described as a black male, approximately 30 to 35 old, with short curly black hair and a full beard, wearing a white and blue sweater and dark pants. Suspect 1 is described as a black male, 25 to 35 years old. No, this suspect, hold on, they got suspect 1, they got 2 suspect 1, so one of these must be suspect 2, approximately 25 to 35 years old, with dreadlock style hair along the center of his head. Sides were shaven, wearing a red hoodie sweater, blue shorts, red and white shoes. Related Burbank Police Report service call. It should be noted that the call of service generated related in this incident on the night, so I guess a call went out that night of December 26, 2024 at approximately 7:37. The subject was described as a black male, about 35 years old, and approximately 5'10" tall. The male was shirtless and wearing dark colored pants. He entered a medium gray or light brown older model Chevrolet Blazer and drove southbound on the street at a high rate of speed before possibly turning westbound on another street. When officers arrived on the scene, they were unable to locate the male or the vehicle. Maybe they got this from camera footage. Follow-up crime scene. Sergeant Snowden, Officers Lindquist, Officers Codwell, and I drove to No Jumper to examine the scene and crime the canvas area for potential evidence and cameras. No Jumper building is commercial area with perpendicular parking lot stalls on the southern side of the front entrance and a parallel disabled parking stall on the northern side of the front entrance. Behind the disabled parking lot stall is a breezeway that connects to the building north of the building address. There's a fence line gate with barbed wire on top of that close to the breezeway. So this is the alleyway they describe it. We canvassed the breezeway and found multiple locations with blood spatter, which matched the area where Reed was being assaulted in the video. We observed blood on the northeast wall, ground in the breezeway, as well as by the garage door. There was additional blood located the entire route of Reed's escape, where he was stumbling away. Meaning it was blood drops, I guess. On the southwest wall of the window of breezeway and to the point he reached the sidewalk, relocated where Reed was seen lying on the ground for the majority of the video, as well as used cigarette butts, a piece of a marijuana joint near the wall. I collect them. Was this nigga trying to hit the bud or something? What the hell? I collected both of these items. Maybe it fell out his pocket, man. I don't know. I collected both of these items using black gloves and placed them into the individual brown paper bag, sealing them with evidence tape. I later booked the above items in the evidence. I took pictures of the scene, and Officer Caldwell took a video walkthrough of the crime scene from the front area to the location. I later uploaded the pictures and videos to evidence. Follow-up, Williams responds to viral video. Officer Caldwell discovered a social media video to YouTube, which was posted by Williams on official page Sharice and Luce Cannon Show labeled "The Truth on What Happened at No Jumper" with me and Wack100. Footage exposed. The video is 7 minutes and 12 seconds long. And in the video, Williams refers to the incident with Reed and posts a short clip of the end of it. This nigga put this shit on Cherie's channel. Whoa, this channel right here is diabolical. And speaking on the incident, the following are some of the transcripts from the video. This is Luce Cannon talking, they saying on the video. Listen, I know y'all think about, I know what y'all thinking about. The footage, see what I'm saying? That's going around and what happened at No Jumper. See, you have to understand this, right? I don't run fake plays. I don't run imaginary content. That's y'all be thinking. That somebody's going to just run and try to set somebody up in some play. No, you gonna pay. Somebody took an ass whooping. It don't work like that with me. I'm raw. I'm like authentic. I'm real. I'm sometimes too real. I see when y'all be clout chasing and acting like y'all really want a problem. I'ma give it to you. I didn't see this goddamn clip. So let's go from the beginning. We doing an Adam and Wack show. Adam is leaving the building. Adam FaceTime Wack. Hey, Wack, there's two people that you know, there's two people, just to let you know, wandering around the parking lot. You know who they are? Wack was like, no, I don't know who they are. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but let me go out and holler at them. So I walk out, right? I walk out with the dude, and he was like, hey, man, I got a problem with Wack. I'm like, you got a problem with Wack? Bro, I told you I was big useless enforcer. I kept him safe. I kept a lot of people safe. Dead homies. Like, I'm not going. I don't seem like I'm the toughest, y'all, but saying, like, I'm a killer. But what a killer look like? Because I stand on everything I say, right? Because I'm not a marshmallow, sugar plum, soft sugar cookie, mayonnaise yogurt, cottage cheese soft. This is what they are saying. Hawaiian roll soft. This nigga, I ain't see this nigga crazy. I'm going to show you a little clip, but you have to really, really understand I can't show you everything because everything is not meant to show. But it shows you enough to let y'all understand, don't keep playing with me. Don't keep playing with Wack. Don't keep playing with 600. Listen, we don't play around. We move militant. We don't move like you know how y'all move. 600 ain't even there, and for the record, nigga, you and 600 ain't never liked your ass. Nigga be at 600. You said it on the show. You think I don't know about you and 600 conversations? Boy, being forcing for some niggas, this nigga crazy. What you think? What you think? Like, oh, you gonna have 5, 10 people? No, I'm gonna have 30, 40, 50 all the time. You want the head up fade? I'm gonna give you that. I love to fight. I'm gonna give you the head up fade after I knock you out. Then don't be mad when the homies pounce. When we, you know how it go. When we see we gonna pounce. So why y'all get mad? This is an example. Stop clout chasing. This is not what you want. I can't help it if I'm the realest in LA on the West Coast. I can't help that. I can't help it. What I say, what I preach is real. It could have went a lot worse, but it didn't. So, suspect identification Williams. Utilizing department resources, Kyle identified Williams as a record check, revealed Williams has multiple outstanding warrants for his arrest out of Riverside County for felon in possession of a firearm, $50,000 bond, a felon domestic violence, another $50,000 bond, as well as an Orange County for grand theft auto, $40,000 bond. Nigga, how are you out of jail with all this shit with no court dates? It's crazy. So 2022, you got the big U shit going on, which they was investigating. You got caught with a gun. You got a domestic violence. And in Orange County, a grand theft auto. You got 3 open warrants at the time of the no jumper incident. A record check reveals Williams is a convicted felony and has lengthy criminal history in multiple states: California, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, and Nevada, to include numerous arrests and convictions of robbery, felon in possession of firearm, exhibiting a firearm, grand theft, domestic battery by strangulation. That must be what Gigi was talking about. Coercion with force and threats of force, felony domestic violence, burglary, grand theft auto, identity theft, forgery, receiving stolen property, violation of domestic violence restraining order, and obstructing a public officer. Williams' most recent felony convictions are out of CASC Riverside, June 2nd, 2022, for felony possession of a firearm and felony domestic violence, which you had a warrant for at the time. Goddamn, Luce. So you running around the streets with 3 open cases: a domestic violence by strangulation, possession of a gun, and some fraud or something in Orange County. And you running around the streets just free, no court dates. Based on the totality of the investigation, to include the following, I determined that Williams was in violation of Penal Code 664-187 PC, attempted murder. Williams took at least one direct but ineffective step towards killing another person, and Williams intended to kill that person, Reed. Investigation conclusion: robbery. Based on the totality of the investigation, to include the following, I determined that Williams, suspect 1 and suspect 2 were in violation of 211 PC. The suspects took property that was not their own. The property was in possession of another person, Reed. The property was taken from another person, Reed. The property was taken against the person's will, Reed. The suspect used force or fear to take the property or to prevent the person from resisting, Reed. So that's Luce Cannon, suspect 1 and suspect 2. Whoever they may be. They say they don't have their names. When the suspect used force or fear, they intended to deprive Reed of the property permanently and to remove property from Reed possessions for so extended a period of time that Reed would be deprived of a major portion of the value of enjoyment of the property. End of hard copy. So, we just learned a few things. Our theory that Luce Cannon is definitely working with the police supports that, because you had 3 cases with no goddamn court dates. Gigi confirmed 1. I had no idea you had a gun case of 2022. And what's crazy is you really running around comfortable getting on podcasts, you on YouTube. Bro, you on the run. I even seen you promote going to host a show in New York. Ain't no way you on the run for a possession of a gun, domestic violence by strangulation, and a fraud case in Orange County. No, GTI, Grand Theft Auto, stolen vehicle in Orange County, and you running around here on POC. Bro, it's only one thing gonna make you comfortable to do that. you got a handler. You already working. I really think they really locked you up because you was getting out of hand. Like this last incident, they like, yo, this dude felt like he could do whatever he want, and some of this responsibility may fall back on us if it comes out that we're working with the dude and we allowing him to stay out. Like, this is different. And now you on YouTube still on the same channel talking about you about to get out like you got no worries in the world. They mentioning me and Adam on there for the civil suit side. The criminal side is you, suspect 1 and suspect 2. Per your video, they don't have their names. So suspect 1 and suspect 2, I'm letting y'all know right now. The way he talking about how he know he about to get out, I'm pretty sure giving up y'all names is part of his bargain. I mean, it's using common sense. I didn't even see the other video you put out that they got the description of, they read it. I mean, the fact that they wrote down all the sweetie pie, sugar plum, Hawaiian roll, mayonnaise, it was crazy. But Jay Reed, I mean, you know, they say, I guess after the, well, I heard him tell Luce, you know, 11-8 gangster, which I didn't know what the hell that was at the time, respectfully, I didn't know. No, 11-8. He thought the little bit we let go was all we had, and then he was like, he started saying what it was and what it wasn't, and then 600 and another one of our exposers went down to the federal building, filmed themselves, going on his name, his number, printing the paperwork. What a lot of people didn't know is the day before the arrest of him and the other people, he was already arrested and wrote a declaration agreeing to cooperate and said why he would cooperate because of his child. Now, let me tell you what's even more spookier. September 5th is the day he agreed to cooperate when he got arrested.
He got kids, Adam.
Because of his child. September 6th, and I done got calls from a couple of his crimies. They had no idea they had already apprehended him September 5th, and he agreed to cooperate. The declaration was the missing piece of the puzzle. Okay. Let me tell you what's crazy. 22 years later, on the same day, I don't know what this is, was the demise of his child.
Oh, shit. Wait, so you're saying he...
September 5th, 2001, he got arrested with his child in the car. Okay. His child was the reason he agreed to cooperate per the declaration signed by him. September 5th, 2023. Now, I don't know, because there's a lot of people on that RICO or on that indictment that don't look like us and don't speak English. They tend to send messages. It's just ironic, 22 years later, on the same date, September 5th, something happened to his child.
That is crazy. But you're out here, you want to spread the word.
Oh no, anybody, any of y'all, look, bro, any of y'all, you heard Freeway Rick, I did it to Rick. Like, bro, look, I don't respect nothing that you did.
But so does Freeway Ricky have the image of a snitch now?
He's a rat. Yeah, we exposed him. He told me to go get it, I went and got it.
What would he say if in response to that?
I got the paperwork. I don't give a damn what he say. We got the work.
But I feel like he's not out here, like if you were to interview him and say like, so you told, he's not gonna go along with that, right?
It don't matter. The paperwork says you ain't got to go along with nothing. Oh, the paperwork is going to say you told, and that's it. Now, what we do have is we got a lot of the older dudes who, like, they see it, and we're realizing that a lot of the older dudes in this situation with this one last dude is making us go pull up paperwork on a few more, because the ones that act like they don't see what we're reading, usually it's because they told to. But I mean, that's our thing, bro. Like, you know, like, just lay low. But if we see you out here perpetrating and influencing these kids, and we dig and look into you and see you went bad, your ass gonna get it. And people seem to be interested in that clip. That shit did like over 50,000. Crazy.
Damn.
Just me in the living room chilling.
I don't know who the dude is. I gotta get familiar. Should I interview him?
I mean, do what you want. He want to put some more light on him, because we got some more over here. You know, we got to. Anytime you file paperwork to seal your file, nobody from the streets is supposed to be filing paperwork to seal their file on the situation. You're not supposed to do that.
Let me speak to the audience out there, just because I know there's some people that might watch the Adam and Wax show that don't watch the Tuesday show, that don't watch the news. We have something going on August 9th, where we are finding the next great No Jumper host. If you want the information, go to my Instagram, Adam22, scroll down a little bit, you'll see the flyer for it. But on the 9th, we are going to be having 30, 40, 50, I'm not sure exactly, different aspiring No Jumper hosts in this building, and throughout the day,
Here?
An all-day live stream.
I thought you were doing it somewhere else.
No, we are doing it here. And throughout the course of the day, we will be systematically eliminating the different contestants until we find the next great No Jumper host, and then we will be giving them a contract so that they can continue to do content on No Jumper for 6 months.
So you're doing man, you should have created a goddamn Twitch account, No Jumper Twitch. You should have did that shit on Twitch, but it's gonna go up.
Live streaming it on YouTube and potentially Kick as well. So Twitch the same shit.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna go up. You doing it for 12 hours?
That's the idea. I was thinking about making it a multi-day stream where we're gonna have a whole sleep stream and everything.
I think you should do it 8 to 8, bro.
8 to 8.
Hey, bro,
I think we're gonna start at 10 and we're gonna go however long we need. I'm gonna try to get it done by midnight.
I'm gonna tell you why. You can't, bro. Midnight, bro. Listen.
Bin Laden?
No, listen, bro. 8 to 8, I'm gonna tell you why. Those people that's serious gonna get their ass up. You wanna see that? You wanna see who's serious?
Why not do 10 instead of 8? 10 because people are online more. People don't really want to wake up at 8 to watch a live stream.
Because they'll wake up for that. Because
some would, but
because where we at, bro?
California?
Bro, listen. Your ass gonna be live. You got a few obstacles, and I'm curious to see how it's gonna go. But this shit
get a bunch of security.
This shit get dark over here, bro.
We have
10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Man, listen,
what's
bro.
gonna be dark?
This whole area gets spooky over here, bro.
The sun is out by 10 o'clock.
And at night, I'm 10 a.m. I'm cool with that. That's why I'm saying 8 to 8, because 8 is just.
You think just being out here in the valley?
You better have a bunch of randoms, bro. Really.
No, the people will be systematically eliminated throughout the day, and our security team is going to be ushering them to their vehicles and whatnot.
Do you think people just going to leave? You don't think you're going to develop a crowd?
We're going to block off the whole parking lot so that there can't be any parking lot pimping, if you will, and that we don't have just a parking lot full of goons fraternizing with each other. And one of the rules is that you can't bring anybody with you. Everybody's going to be searched, so no guns will be brought in here.
If you do that, actually, I'm going to be real. I would Uber restrict them. You can't even drive.
We thought about that, but the thing
first of all, the parking,
the parking is chill on the weekends. There's barely any cars out here.
Now, them coming by themselves might work, but if you don't, you're going to look up, bro. Listen, you talking about you'll get 1,000 people coming through here.
Well, it's not like we're giving out the address. It's you have to get approved in order to be allowed to come.
Yeah, but once you give them the address, it's gone.
Everybody out there, please do not think that anything is going to happen to you. You are not going to be in danger physically. We are going to take care of you. Please don't listen to him. He's scary.
I don't give a I'm just telling you about them because these people do not follow simple instructions.
Oh, they will when Big 22 is the one doling them out. And we've got our whole security team running the block.
Who's your security team?
Don't worry about it. Which, by the way, can we talk about what happened to your security over the weekend?
What? Ain't nothing happened to my people.
No, the Pitbull dude.
Oh, just the other day.
What happened?
You met Pitbull.
Yeah, you got a photo with me. I met him at a Blueface show.
No.
And here as well, yeah.
Remember when Captain Tazariot was here? He came.
What happened?
Motorcycle accident, man.
See, that's what I was saying. I was looking at his story after it happened.
I want to beat his ass right now.
Really?
I really want to fucking wake him up and whoop his ass because he usually listens to me. And one of the reasons I kind of eased up of nagging him about it because the motorcycle club he joined,
I know the president real good. Well, you know of him. Greg the barber, the one knocked Suge out.
Okay.
Greg the barber.
Uh-huh.
And we're real close. And I told him, like, bro, like, because I understand the motorcycle set. I used to be on it. And it's like, I'm like, bro, he got a temper and his ass a go, and he's very protective of his people. So kind of stay in the middle of that. That's kind of what I was worried about, because Pitbull never believed in carrying firearms. He's so good with his hands. If he get up on you, you gonna think your ass was shot. And you know, I feel like if you're in your 30s and you really didn't have experience riding bikes, I'm not gonna go try to do the shit you know how to do on them BMXs. Right? You shouldn't be on them. But I understood it, like, you know, gave him something to do. You know, Pitbull, NOI, FOI, you know, it was another group of brothers, and he was part of a good squad, a good team. But I wasn't comfortable with him. And it's not even about him, it's the drunk drivers, it's the other people doing shit, and all that comes with experience. It comes with experience of knowing what to do. It's only two type of riders. Those that been down, those that's going down. I didn't been down. You know what I'm saying? So I done did all the dumb shit, ride my hog, doing 160, 170 miles per hour, and you know, and I ain't got no fairing or nothing. I got I ain't got nothing. It's just me, right? I got a huge, big ass motor on my bike, but they said a female did a U-turn and ran into him, which leads me to believe either he was flying or he just wasn't paying attention.
Yo, when I was 16, I had two of my favorite BMX riders die back to back. Joe Tissio, rest in peace, he died right before 9/11. And then this dude, Adam Armstrong, died probably by the time I was 18. It was another dude from New York. And I was a massive fan of them. And I remember at this young age saying, even at like 16 or 17, I said, I'm never riding a motorcycle because that shit is just so dangerous. I already knew mad people who had died from it. And every year that goes by, I get more and more confident in that decision because I've just known so many great people who died on motorcycles over the years. And I understand how much people love it. I'm sure it's insanely fun. I look at people who do it and I, you know, sometimes kind of want to have that feeling with the wind in your fucking hair. Bro, but man, I'm just,
I don't think you understand. You know, Pitbull was just on the show.
Yeah.
We just called him.
Oh, what was the call?
About Young Magnificent. And he's the one brought him, not Gumby.
Right.
That was Pitbull. We just a couple weeks ago.
You used to talk about him all the time.
But that's my daughter's personal security.
Yeah, right.
Now, here's the thing about that. Pitbull originally from Harlem 30's Crip.
Okay.
You know, he crossed over to NOI, FOI, Nation of Islam, Fruit of Islam. You know, he had rank. Fruit of Islam is the security side of NOI. They do security. Pitbull's work was with Kanye, Rihanna, Detail. He lived with Detail pretty much. Ray J, Brandy, he did security work. So for me to trust him with my daughter, and he's with her when I'm not with her. I'm talking about since she's been like 14, right? That tells you something about his character, because everything about him says, whack, he come from Crippin', you ain't supposed to, and all that. But it's just who Pitbull was as a man, as an individual. He defined himself as trustworthy, extremely loyal, cool as hell, humble giant, unless you were a threat to him or his people. And it's just like, it hit me, but it hasn't hit me because I don't want to believe it. Nephew was 36, 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I see he was trying to make his way. He got his top rocker. You know, you got to ride, get your top rocker, bottom rocker, then your actual patch. Only thing I can tell myself is, shit, maybe it's an honor to go early. Maybe we the ones in hell. You know, what I lost in the physical, I gained in the spiritual. Brother Gregory X as the Nation of Islam, at Fruit of Islam knows him. You know, Pitbull was one of the ones that started the hunting side with me. You know what I'm saying? He got an original room over there, Good Burger, you know, so, you know, we got hundreds and hundreds of hours of clips of his voice and him getting into it with people. That's my birthday party, I believe, right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, he's always very close to me, the family, and to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So But yeah, man, I got that call like 1 in the morning. I thought it was a prank call.
Really?
I hung up on him.
Oh, shit.
The number kept calling and they text me and it was his baby's mother, Jasmine. And yeah, man, it was like, man.
Nah, super sad, man.
Yeah, it's
I didn't get to hang out with him that much, but just being around him,
He was cool as fuck.
Hell yeah, it was super solid. Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. So rest in peace, brother Gregory X to the nation, baby Crazy O to the Harlems. You know what I mean? And shit, you know, gone but not forgotten, man.
So wait, is this real? And yeah, rest in peace. But YBN Namir responds to Los Angeles boxer Christopher Lovejoy seemingly snatching his chain?
No, what happened was some other people did what they did.
They took Namir shit.
Yeah,
or what, one of his guys possibly? Because there's a lot of YBN chains.
They might have got him. They crawled 600, thinking 600 could get in the middle of getting the chain back to him.
Okay.
And so 600 went and posted it. Hey, they got your chain over here. Boom, boom, boom. This was like maybe a couple years ago, 18 months, 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I guess he ain't snatch it. 600 ain't snatching nobody chain. He was just trying to get it back to him, but I think they thought he was trying to sell it back to him.
Oh,
and I think when he went over there, he like, yo, I think it's a better thing for y'all just to give it back to him, especially if y'all trying to get in this music game. Maybe y'all can kind of come together, because the dudes 600 met wasn't the ones that actually did the snatching. You know, that shit get to going down the line. And they like, well, who do we got that can middleman this? And 600 took his ass over there. I told him don't do it no more, because they can, you know, they can hit you with some of that shit like 2 years ago, but 600 didn't snatch nothing.
All right. We got to help bring Namir back to his prior level of celebrity. I feel like people have counted him out. We need him back. I feel like his music's pretty good.
These dudes get 2 summers. You know what I'm saying? They get 2 summers if they're lucky.
In general get 2 summers.
Nowadays they get 2 summers if they're lucky, and you out of there. If you don't reinvent yourself to be doing something different, whether it's television, whether it's your touring, whether it's your merch, you know what I'm saying? You get 2 summers and your ass is out of there.
Yeah, more often than not.
You get what I'm saying?
If you once you hit 3 summers, then you definitely are starting to look like an OG in this shit. Like even people who like realistically like are not giving old head at all, still once they made it 2-3 years, you're starting to look at them like, damn, you beat the odds. Apparently you got some, because everybody else is just a meme where it's like, we like him, we're interested in him. I see it so hard where I'll interview somebody, or they put out their first couple music videos, they get tons of views, the interview does super good, and then like the Lefty Gunplay thing, we interview him, he gets 1 million views, his views are doing good on his YouTube and everything, and then it doesn't take long before it kind of wears off, unless there's something that's holding people on for a longer.
Somebody put up a goddamn freestyle of him rhyming over a young Jeezy beat. And people in the chat, I don't know, maybe they talking about fire. This dude is hot garbage. But I think his run is gonna be his character and personality. The rapper shit, I don't think that's gonna do it. That has got him to where he's at. I think he needs a crossover in the television. Bro, I think he'll be funny as hell sitting in a podcast seat interviewing somebody. Lefty interviewing somebody his way, his antics, how he talks. People will watch that crazy
but,
shit.
Okay, you're describing the career switch up that we've seen many times over, but it's usually like a rapper who has a long, sustained career, like a Fat Joe and a Jadakiss, where they're able to actually leverage their fame and the fact that people love them. With Lefty, I mean, that's a lot less of a sure thing. Also, like you're talking about with Fat Joe and Jadakiss, like we can't 2 people with clear minds, adults, grown up. I don't think Lefty's in that position.
Fat Joe and Jadakiss with Lefty. That's a disrespect. Both of them my friends. Don't do that. Plus, I got to go to Miami tonight. Don't do that, bro. Okay, Joe, my apologies. Jada, my apologies.
I'm saying that he's not on their level in terms of being beloved.
I think he could grow. He will be a bigger personality off the rapping microphone. If you can get this dude just to read 10 things. Hey, yo, man, so fucking hog, yo, what the fuck's up with you and Coffee? No, people gonna watch this crazy shit. Like, bro, okay, would you rather watch him do that than listen to them horrible ass rhymes?
Oh, for sure, yeah. But I mean,
that's what I'm saying,
that much
bro.
is evident by the fact that his interviews do better than his music.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Even though the interviews don't do
at
good
some
anymore
point in time, Adam, you know, you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him. I watched you clear the building one time.
Huh?
You just cleared the building. I said, bro, what the? He said, hey, I looked at it. Financially, it didn't make sense. You got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him. When you cleared the building, you reset. It's more different people in the building, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying with him, at some point, he has to understand. Like, bro, what did the last album do? The 1 week track did like 500. He did better than Jim Jones,
I think
though.
He did like 800 on the second one. Yeah.
He did better than Jim Jones. He did 800. At some point, he has to say, okay, what's working for me? Like, bro, I don't give a damn. I can see Cooking with Lefty. People will watch this crazy shit. Just let him be him. He's trying too hard trying to rap because he really can't rap, like, respectfully.
Yeah, I'm not bullish about his rapping.
Yeah, bro, I seen this shit. I'm like, people putting fire. I'm like, what the f do y'all mean fire? Lefty don't play. Lefty, yeah, lefty gun play. Lefty, I'm not on the right. Yeah, lefty, when I fight, I hit you with the lefty. Like, what the fuck?
No, watch me whip, watch me nay. He does like a weird thing with his hands when he does it.
And then but then his facial expressions, I'm like, yo, dude's a funny dude. But he just need to get in that lane. Bro, if that dude went and did a zoo segment, the Lefty show, that shit's gonna go.
It's possible. But what? Okay, I wanted to ask you about this as possibly our last topic.
What's
so,
that?
Hawk, he appeared on the pod with you. He's been on the news twice since then.
I'm glad that happened because I told him if he behaved himself and was respectful, and I told him, I said, look, you come on there with some loose cannon shit, Adam ain't gonna f with you. You come on there, and I said, it's a good chance Adam will let you.
It's just
come on to the.
It's interesting because we're trying him out. Now, obviously, he's already got this animosity with Gumby, but apparently they've had some kind of behind-the-scenes conversation where they're not going to talk about each other anymore.
Well, that started here, but that's out because I don't know what happened. I woke up this morning with text from Gumby. I'm like, what you talking about? Dude called me, Big Bub, or whatever the hell his name is. He called my phone, and it was crazy with him because he said, yo, Wack, man, you got in Hoover business. I said, hey, bro, I helped squash the beef with him and Gumby. And I cleared Gumby's name. I didn't have to call that dude to clear Gumby's name. I cleared Gumby's name. We kind of set Hawk ass up in the scenarios and like, well, then you shouldn't be like that.
That was why the whole episode was funny, was because by the end of it, it kind of felt like you had pivoted from being totally on his side to kind of being against him.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You think I would have got him at this table if I'd have told him what I was going to do?
No.
You know me. If I'm on some bullshit, I'm going to stay on the side of bullshit.
Okay.
So I knew what I was trying to do. People could say what they want. I put out a lot of fires. So I'm telling this dude, Bub, hey, Bub, I cleared Gumby's name from the gay shit, and I got him and Hawk to agree to stop speaking on each other. And Hawk, then I believe Hawk went on the news and he addressed it again in a positive way, right? So Bub says, yeah, but it's Hoover business. I should have been the one to do that. I said, Bub, you couldn't do it. They don't respect you. I said, Gumby texted me and said, you a dude with a podcast, with a washed up, struggling podcast. Said, you got to understand, Hawk was able to come in here because in his head, it's something I could possibly do for him. He's rapping, he wants to podcast. So guess what? I'm not from Hoover, but he would listen to me. So he listened and it worked. I said, you not happy with the results? He said, I'm just not happy that it was you that did it and it wasn't me. I'm like, what kind of crazy shit is that? So it just had to be. I don't give a f. Yeah, love, this shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.